Alright, hi, hello again everybody, welcome back to another Matthew's modelling, and also a very warm welcome to my new workbench. I've had a bit of a sort out around the railway lately, including some other things that you'll see in a layout update, but as well as that, the space around, I finally got myself a workbench. Not sure how many of you may remember, but I used to have a flowery tray that I used to pull out from underneath the layout. I showed it a few times in videos, but the good old flowery tray no longer sits under the new layout, so it's gone, and I then became, well, short of space to work on. So I managed to get myself a little workbench, put myself a larger worktop on top. Got the lamp and all my cups there with all the tools and brushes in and whatnot. Got my cutting board, so yeah, I've finally got myself a nice little work table. But what this also does is provide me with a bit more of an opportunity to actually be able to get down on the workbench and show the things that have been worked on, you know, over at the bench. We've got a nice bright white LED lamp. It's a a beautiful lamp. So should do a bit better whilst we're over here. Now I did have a local update planned for you all, but I've had that much success and fun lately with some old wagons and some weathering techniques that I just had to get this out first. So right, what sparked all this? I had 3 spare Hornby steel-sided wagons, so very similar to this one here. Now this is going to be the first time I've zoomed in backwards and whatnot on this workbench, so we'll just we'll give it a whirl and see how we fare. But there we go. So yeah, this is a there we go, good old Hornby steel-sided wagon. And this is one of my original pieces that I ever worked on. I put it into a yellow livery, give it a very heavy weathering, filled it with a scrap load, and this was kind of the catalyst for the latest work that's been done. Obviously they were the same type of wagon, so I thought I'll try and get up a nice little rate going. So the 3 wagons in question, if I just put that out of the way, bring these into shot. So we have 1, 2 and 3. Now they're not all going to fit in, we just might have to pan out ever so slightly. And what I did was I set about giving them the yellow livery as well. Now I just used my yellow car plan spray paint to do these. It's not the best paint in the world, but it wasn't a perfect finish I was after for this. I knew there was going to be heavily weathered afterwards, so it was all fine, but hopefully you can all see they've gone into this yellow livery now. And when I was sat looking at them in this new colour, I was pondering on what style to give them a weather with. Now if I just put these ones over here with the original and I bring this larger dapple wagon into shot, are we in? There we go, it's a bit of a large one, might have to zoom out a little bit more. There we go. Yeah, so this is one of the dapple network rail wagons. Not overly sure which this one is. No, Falcon, or is there another one, a J something? Anyway, back in the day I gave this a good weathering, and I used a sponging technique. It was a mix of really thick paint mixed with some washes and then a sponge, and it gave a really nice stippled textured effect, almost like rust. I'll see if I can just pick some of it up for you. So I thought, well, I know, I'll just go for this technique again. And this is what I've done all over those other wagons. I've always been really happy with this, you know, a very modern wagon with a very old appearance. Very nice for a heritage line. But yeah, I thought, right, I'll use it on these wagons, so that's what I've done. So all these wagons, they've all had this sponged, stippled weathering effect added to them, as well as loads. They all have a very different load. This one's got some cones and a crate in there and a barrel, and I've tried to give it a mix of how heavy I've applied the weathering. So as you can see, this side's rather heavy, the other side's very light. If we put that one over there, the next one, this just consists of some scrap wheels. Again, we've still got plenty of yellow coming through, but I still wanted to keep the heavy appearance. So yeah, they're all very different, but all still similar as well, if you get what I mean. And this one's just got pipe load, and again the weathering is different all round. So that then gave me a very nice little rake of four yellow engineers wagons, shall we say, something like that maybe. And I've been very happy trundling these around the layout. But then whilst I was working on these new fleet of yellow wagons, I went back to those yellow wooden plank wagons that I showed you, I think in the last wagon update, when I'd added some loads to them. Now if I just reach these ones, excuse me in the camera, if I just bring these into shot, it got me playing with weathering again. And this time I was developing streaks. Now streaking in weathering is something that I've always struggled to get quite right, if I'm honest. I've played with it now and then, never fully been happy with my you know, the outcome I've always achieved, but I persevered and I used these yellow wagons as the culprits, and as you can hopefully see, I have managed to achieve some quite nice streaked effects. Oh, I think they're quite nice anyway. A lot better than I've always had before. And what I did was I got quite a large brush, and I've tied an elastic band around the end, which has then provided me with quite a hard, stiff bristle. And then when you apply your washes and things like that, all I've done is literally drag them in a downward motion, and it's given me this nice streaky effect. Afterwards I've gone back over it again with a cloth to reveal some cleaner areas, but it just retains the streak behind, and it's brilliant. I'm absolutely over the moon with it. Like I say, I've never really had success with streaks, but now hopefully it picks it out. You know, this is just so much better. So that's one of them close up. I've also added some replacement panels in there. Just bob that one over here, and then the other one again, hopefully you can see. So two different techniques I've been playing with lately. You know, I've mastered the streaking, and then if we get that next to the brush effect as well, very different and also very well, attractive in a way, but you know what I mean, appealing. So we've got a sponge stipple effect on this one, and then the streaking over on this side. So I've been having a good play this week with all these weathering techniques, and I'm rather happy with the outcomes. So happy in fact that I even tackled a livery that I really do struggle to weather, and that is brown. Now I really don't enjoy weathering brown and black. It's a lot harder to achieve the effects that I'm after. But this streaking effect, I mean, if we can see there on that brown, I've never weathered brown as well as I have done, you know, this week. So I'm extremely happy. Extremely happy. This is just, I think it was a Joe F set. Came with a little orange shunter, which I've already shown you before. That's waiting to be worked on. But this is just a brown steel wagon. Still need to do the inside, but just the best it's ever come out. Really, really happy. Really happy. So that's that, to be honest. And then I was sat thinking, I thought, right, okay, I will get into my weathering groove. And I thought, what else can I use this new streaking method on? And it got me thinking about the rake of Hornby tankers that I showed you not so long ago in the Wagon Works. Now, I was always going to save the tankers as the first victims for my airbrushing, but this streaking technique was working that good. I thought, right, well, tankers, they're perfect for streaking, blow it, we'll go for it. And that is exactly what I did. So here we have one of the first ones. Here's me. Now, hopefully it'll pick it up on camera, the streaking effects that we've achieved there. Now I've started at the top, so we've got it's still a bit shimmery, it needs its matte varnish, but hopefully it picks it out. So we've got the very browny black streaks coming from the top of the tanker. Sides have been wiped clean a bit, and then a nice build up along the bottom. I've done this with the entire rake, so all 6 of the wagons have had the same treatment. This is the other side, so again got a streaking at the top, and then it just works its way down to the bottom of the tanker. And like I said, I've done all 6 in these, and so happy. The rake looks absolutely brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And then one last thing, I just thought I'll just push it even further and just keep the weathering going. A friend of mine, he goes away every year, and wherever it is he goes, somewhere on the coast, there's a lovely little old toy shop, old model shop, and he always brings me back some kind of railway related items. Last year he brought me back a load of old Hornby signals. This time he's brought me some rolling stock, so I've got some coaches which I'm not going to show you for now because I think the coaches will probably go into a project of their own. But he did give me some wagons, some triangle wagons actually. If I bring these in, I've got one of the good old United Dairy tankers just there. We've got a brown triangle brake van, and then we've got a very, very early Lima brake van as well. And I just carried on the technique and did it with these. So all this older stock has all had the same streaking treatment. Might just zoom in a tad more. Away. So really, really happy. Everything's just come out so well this week. You know, everything I've done, I've just been happy with. This one I've just added a bit of a workman in the back there. But yeah, you know, the roof, the body, it just works all over the wagons. This one, as well as the figure, I added a bit of a lamp iron on the rear there as well. And then the tanker, I know these United Dairy tankers are a little bit dubious, but just to practice some weathering on it, it works fine. But again, no rust on this one, just a streaking starting from the bottom there, a little bit on the top, both sides. So yeah, so we've had quite a fun weathering week on the workbench, and I'm just wondering what it is I can be doing next. So hopefully you like them techniques. It's gone on a little bit, but I wanted to show you everything that's been worked on. As always, let me know what you think of them, and let me know if you try them as well. I'd love to see any attempts or what you think. So it will be a local update next. got some other stock to show you. But until then, thank you for watching, see you in the next video, and bye bye.